Hello everyone, welcome to this video on writing and running your first Python program. If you're new to Python, this video will walk you through the basics of creating and executing your very first program. We'll explore how to use the print function, take user input, and run your code step by step. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to get started with Python programming. Let's dive in. Introduction. Writing your first Python program is an exciting step in learning the language. It's a simple yet essential way to understand Python syntax and how it works. In this guide, we'll create a basic program that prints a message to the console using Python's built-in print function. To start, write the command print hello world in a file with the .py extension such as hello.py. This single line of code instructs Python to display the message hello world on the screen. Save the file, open your terminal or command prompt, navigate to its location and type python hello.py. When you press enter, the program runs and the message appears. Steps to write your first Python program. 1. Set up your environment. The first step in writing your first Python program is to set up your development environment. Start by installing Python on your computer. You can download the latest version of Python from the official website python.org. The installation process is straightforward and the website provides clear instructions for Windows, macOS, and Linux. Once Python is installed, you'll need an integrated development environment ID or a text editor to write your code. Popular options include PyCharm, VS Code, and Jupyter Notebook. These tools provide features like syntax highlighting, code suggestions, and debugging, which make writing and testing your Python programs easier and more efficient. You can also use the built-in Python idle for a simple and lightweight option. After installing Python, it's important to verify that it has been installed correctly. Open your terminal or command prompt and type Python version. If Python is installed properly, you'll see the installed version number displayed. This confirms that your environment is ready and you can begin writing your first Python program. Setting up your environment is a crucial step to ensure a smooth and productive coding experience. To create your Python file. Once your environment is set up, the next step is to create your Python file where you will write your code. Open your chosen text editor or IDE, such as PyCharm, VS Code, or even the built-in idle. These tools provide a clean interface for writing and editing Python code, along with helpful features like syntax highlighting and error detection. In the editor, create a new file and save it with a .py extension, such as first underscore program.py. The .py extension tells your computer that this is a Python file, allowing the Python interpreter to recognize and execute it. When naming your file, use descriptive names without spaces to make it easier to identify later. For example, instead of naming the file test.py, you could use first underscore program.py to clearly indicate its purpose. Saving your code with the correct extension and name is an essential step in writing Python programs. It ensures that your code is ready for execution and provides a clear starting point for your programming journey. With your file created, you're now ready to write and run your first Python code. 3. Write your code. Now that you've created your Python file, the next step is to write your code. Start with something simple like displaying a message on the screen using Python's built-in print function. This function is used to output text numbers or other data to the console. For example, writing the line print hello world in your file will display the message hello world when the program is run. This is often the first program written by beginners to get a feel for how Python works. Once you've written your code, save the file to ensure your changes are stored. Most text editors and IDEs have a save option, typically under the file menu or accessible via a shortcut like Ctrl Windows or Command S macOS. Saving your file ensures it's ready to be executed by the Python interpreter. Writing and saving this simple program is an excellent way to get started with Python. It introduces you to Python's easy to understand syntax and the process of creating and saving code, laying the foundation for more complex programs in the future. 4. Run your program. Once your Python code is written and saved, the final step is to run your program and see the output. To do this, open a terminal or command prompt on your computer. If you're using an IDE like PyCharm or VS Code, these often have built-in terminals that you can use directly. Navigate to the folder where your Python file is saved using the cd change directory command. For example, if your file is saved in a folder called Python projects, you would type cd python projects and press enter. Once you are in the correct folder, run the program by typing the command python first underscore program.py and pressing enter. This tells the Python interpreter to execute the code in your file. If everything is set up correctly, the program will display the output such as hello world in the terminal. This confirms that your code ran successfully and that Python is working as expected on your system. Running your program is an exciting moment because it shows the immediate result of your work, reinforcing your understanding of Python's workflow and functionality. Understanding the code. In your first Python program, the print function is used to display output on the console. It is a built-in Python function that takes the content inside the parentheses and displays it exactly as specified. The text you want to display should be enclosed in quotes, either single or double, and this text is known as a string. For example, if you write print Python is fun, Python will display the message Python is fun on the console. The quotes are not included in the output, they are simply used to indicate the beginning and end of the text in your code. If you use variables or expressions inside the print function, Python evaluates them and displays their values. The simplicity of the print function makes it an essential tool for beginners and a fundamental part of Python programming. It allows you to test your code, understand how your program works, and debug issues by showing intermediate results or messages. Mastering the use of print is a crucial step toward learning Python and developing more complex programs. Adding comments. Comments are an important part of writing clear and maintainable Python code. They allow you to describe what your code does, making it easier for others and yourself to understand when revisiting it later. In Python, comments are added using the symbol. Anything written after the on the same line is treated as a comment and ignored by the Python interpreter during execution. For example, you might write a comment like this program prints a message to explain the purpose of your code. Then the line print welcome to Python programming would display the output without being affected by the comment. Comments are particularly useful for explaining complex logic, noting changes, or providing reminders for future improvements. Using comments effectively is a best practice in programming. They make your code more readable and easier to debug, especially in collaborative projects or when working on large programs. While comments should be concise, they should provide enough detail to clarify the purpose of the code they describe. Including meaningful comments in your programs is an essential skill for writing professional and well documented Python code. Practice example. This Python program demonstrates how to create a simple and interactive script to greet the user. It starts with a comment program to greet the user to describe the purpose of the code. Comments like this are helpful for understanding what the program does at a glance. The program begins by asking the user to input their name using the input function. The prompt enter your name is displayed and the user can type their name. The value entered is stored in a variable called name. The input function ensures that the program is interactive and personal by allowing the user to provide their own data. Next, the program uses the print function to display a personalized greeting. The line print f hello name welcome to Python combines a static message with the user's input by using an f string. The f before the quotation marks allows the program to embed the value of the name variable directly into the string, creating a dynamic and customized output. When you run the program, it will prompt you to enter your name and then it will print a greeting like hello John, welcome to Python based on the input. This example highlights Python's simplicity and how easily it can be used to create interactive and user-friendly programs. It's an excellent starting point for practicing user input and output in Python. Takeaways. Writing and running a Python program is a straightforward and beginner-friendly process. Python's clean syntax and intuitive structure make it easy to create and execute programs with minimal effort. The simplicity of using the print function to display output allows you to quickly see the results of your code and understand its functionality. This function is fundamental in Python as it helps you test your logic, debug errors, and communicate results. To build confidence and improve your skills, it's essential to practice writing basic programs. Start with simple tasks such as displaying messages, taking user input, or performing basic calculations. As you practice, you'll become more comfortable with Python syntax and workflow, enabling you to tackle more complex programming challenges. Remember, consistent practice is key to mastering Python and developing a solid foundation for advanced concepts. That's it for this video on writing and running your first Python program. We covered how simple it is to write Python code, use the print function, and create interactive programs. Remember, practice is key to mastering Python, so start experimenting with basic programs to build your confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Python tutorials. Thanks for watching and happy coding.